Hello, and today I'm going to tell you all about my World Banknotes. I mainly specialise in American and English banknotes, but I have this one folder full of World Banknotes, and most of them have been picked up on my travels. These are from Russia, which I've been to most recently, and I managed to bring back a set of rubles. They're quite nice notes. What tends to happen is when I visit a country, I collect what's in circulation currently, and then very often I try to backfill and get previous sets where they've changed the money over the years. This is a set of USSR rubles from the 60s. They're quite cheap notes, but I've just bought those. These are Georgian notes, which are quite colourful. Hard to get the notes in good condition out of circulation. Most of them were well circulated, to say the least, but these are not bad, these notes. And I went to Georgia this year, following Russia, and I also went to Kazakhstan this year, so this next set is from Kazakhstan, which has some of the best looking banknotes around, I think. Nice colours, nice designs. Just the lower denomination there at the bottom is pretty well worn, but the other ones are in good condition. Always nice to pick up banknotes for face value. And this is a Millennium £5 note from Guernsey. It's a commemorative note. Can't remember where I picked that up, but obviously from the packaging you can tell that's been purchased. And next I think we have French notes. No, we have Scottish notes. The Scottish notes were picked up from circulation in England, and you don't see that many foreign notes in England. A lot of people don't like to accept Scottish notes if they can avoid it. And there's always an argument whether they're legal tender or not. The answer is no, they're not legal tender, they're acceptable tender. And these are some Scottish ones and a Northern Bank polymer note. I think that was one of the first polymer notes that I ever saw. Now on to France. These are the early French notes. I need the 20 franc one to go below that. And some of the French designs are very, very nice looking. This is 1,000 francs. Big notes. That's from the 40s, I think. And again, this is a case of backfilling, trying to get the historic French notes after I managed to get a set of French notes from the 1990s before they joined the euro, and they're just overleaf, the ones which I picked up from circulation. 500 francs was about £50 at the time, and I was about 20 at the time, so it was quite an extravagance to save these notes rather than spend them. Quite a nice thing to have, especially when you travel, to have souvenirs. Spent time in Australia and I got a set of Australian notes. These are polymer notes, and I brought those back, and you can look at these things as souvenirs. These Bulgarian notes. Bulgarian notes are not expensive to buy. This was a set of leather which I bought. They used the lev. And then these are slightly more recent. Another set of Bulgarian notes. And finally, these are the ones which I picked up from circulation in Bulgaria. Next we have some Turkish notes. couple of Israeli notes, Morocco maybe, and Greek notes. These are basically holiday money from when I was a kid. Not all of these are in great condition, and they're not so interesting to me. These ones from Brazil were gifts. I've never been to Brazil. Been to Italy, and the bottom couple of lira notes were picked up in Italy in the 80s when I was a small child. And you've got Tunisia, Morocco, Singapore. Been to Tunisia. I think that's where I picked up the Moroccan note. And these are when the euro first came out. I went to Amsterdam and I brought those back. Now the next ones are Hong Kong. I went through Hong Kong on my way to Australia, and all these notes were required as change in the airport after trying to buy fast food and things. So I was in the airport, I think, for 4 or 5 hours, and I ended up with those notes. Been to Mexico. These were picked up in Mexico. And Yugoslavia. These were given to me before the breakup of Yugoslavia. They're in very poor condition. They're not worth a lot. These ones from Barbados. I've been to Barbados. And you use American dollars in Barbados often, and then get changed back in their native currency. Top ones from the Dutch Antilles. That was probably Aruba, one of my favourite islands there off the coast of South America. And the Canadian one was a gift from a Canadian girl. These couple of Romanian notes were probably gifts from a Romanian girl. And next we have Lithuania, which is a country that I visited. I brought back a set of these notes, but I was missing the 500 litu. And these notes have still got monetary value, even though they're on the euro. They've still got a exchange rate, and that 500 litas was an expensive note to get hold of, but I wanted to complete the set. And then I thought I'd backfill the talonas, which were the currency they had before. I'm missing the 200 there, but that's going to go in there soon. It's in the post to me at the moment. Quite nice designs with wildlife. And then some fractional notes there. So that's quite a nice set, and they're all in very good condition. And we have some notes from the Eastern Caribbean. That 10 is in awful condition, lots of muck on that one, but they're just what found their way into my pocket. And finally some Bahamas notes. I was there for a short while, and that's it. Thank you very much for watching.